Good morning, my amazing art students, or good afternoon, wherever you are. You are at my house. This is my art studio, and I thought I would pre-record some art lessons for this week because I am out on Friday and I'm out on Monday. My mother is turning 75, and so we are taking her to my old city where I'm from, of Salt Lake City, and we're gonna have a birthday party for her. But we're getting close to a couple different holidays. There is Chinese New Year coming up, and so some of you are gonna have lessons about the Chinese New Year and all of the meanings behind it. And then some of you are going to be making some cool projects having to do with Valentine's Day. So I thought I would take a minute to show you a couple fun projects. One, we're just going to use what we call a round brush. So these are the round brushes. These are the ones that we usually paint with when we paint with watercolor, but today you're going to be painting with a tempera cake. We won't use a flat brush because it won't give us the same kind of angle, but that is a flat head brush. All right, so we're going to be using so you need a brush. You're going to need a piece of white paper, and I don't have my chopping block here, but these will be, I'm going to fold this in half because I don't think you need a giant piece of paper. But I'm going to tear this in half so we have a piece about like that. And we're going to do some drippy kind of multicolored hearts. Trust me on this, it's going to be really cool. I've been making several versions of this. So you're going to need water to wash your brush, but I also grabbed a spray bottle. I called this dog spray because, you know, the dogs don't like it when they're being naughty. I spray them with water. I'm going to give this a really good spray so it's nice and wet. Okay, hang on. Okay, so I got a little bit of water on my table, but that's fine. I'm gonna dip my brush in the water. I'm gonna make sure that my brush is nice and wet, and I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna make 2 strokes. What does that look like to you? Hopefully it looks like a heart. So I'm going to take a little bit of water and dab that in here. And then I'm going to set my brush down. And I'm going to pick up my paper. And I'm going to let it drip. The drippier, the better. You can tap it on the table to get it to drip a little bit faster. Woo! All right, now I'm going to pick a different color and maybe make a different size of heart. Let's do a big red heart. So one big swatch that way, one big swatch that way, and then I'm going to pick up my paper. That one went really fast. It was nice and juicy wet. Washing my brush. In the classroom, we would make an X on SpongeBob, but I don't have a sponge in my art room for this, in my art studio. Make a little smaller heart down here. Basically, you're going to fill up this whole paper with really wet hearts, and really you're just making 2 marks, one on one side and one on the other. I'm dripping it on the paper, so that's okay. I'm dripping it on the table. Get that out of the way. Let's do a pink one. I'm gonna make this pink one really big. Now it's looking kind of dry. Remember, if you're hearing that scratchy sound, that means your brush is thirsty, and since this is kind of like watercolor, we're going to add a lot of water to it because we want it to drip. see if we get a good drip. Oh, yeah. All right. You're gonna fill up the whole paper with lots of colored hearts that drip and bleed. Now, you can experiment a little bit. If you want to try 2 colors, let's see what happens when we use yellow and orange. I would recommend only mixing 2 warm colors together or 2 cold colors together and seeing what happens. But, I mean, if mistakes happen, they happen. If you mix yellow with blue, you're gonna get what? Green. Well, I like the way that looks. Kind of a 2-colored heart there. All right, check back in a minute. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so I just want you to have fun with that. I want you to see if maybe you put down blue and you add a couple dots of yellow to it, and when it drips together, if you can make green. Or if you want to keep it super clean and you don't want to mix any colors, then you can do that. But I want you to fill up the whole paper with these drippy hearts. There really is no wrong way to do it, and the results are pretty beautiful. Okay, this is an art just for the fun of it project. It's going to be Valentine's Day. You're doing color mixing. You're learning how to use your brush and your materials. And, metal brush. And you're just having fun with paint. So I hope you enjoy this lesson. I cannot wait to see what you create. Okay, a few tips for this project. I decided to grab a paper towel and put that here so that when I drip, it's gonna drip on my paper towel and it won't make my desk all messy so that it's making my paper pick up all these spots. But that's okay. I mean, happy accidents, right? But you can see the blue ran into the red and made it kind of a purple, which is really cool. And I want to just review really quickly how best to make a heart. Now, this is where people are like, oh, I don't know how to make hearts. If you take your brush and you make it flat on the table, you have half of it there, and you make it flat on the table the other way by turning it a little bit, then there you go. There's your heart. 2 rounds. So again, flat, pick up, flat, pick up. And then you're just gonna tap, 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 tap onto that paper towel, and then it'll drip all the way down, okay? So I'm just gonna keep going. Now, the other thing that's kind of cool is that paper towel then almost looks like its own piece of artwork. I challenge you to who is going to have the best looking paper towel. I think that you need to judge that in your classroom. And I'll know because you'll have lots of colors on there and lots of drips. Good contest because art is everywhere, and that could easily be art as well. Sometimes, to be truth be told, Miss Levy has been known to take these paper towels, and especially sometimes there are a couple different layers of paper towel. This is a 2-ply paper towel, so that means that there's 2 layers of it, and I'm gonna tear them apart. Okay, and I will take this paper towel and I will lay it in my artwork sometimes and then like use it as a collage in my art. Yep, I do it. Because sometimes those accidents, you can't be recreated, and they're just really beautiful. Anyhow, I hope you have a fantastic day. I cannot wait to see your hearts. And again, try not to smash your brush. Remember, your brush is a ballerina. She dances on her tippy toes, so just press it once. Turn your brush, press it again. Make sure it has plenty of water. If it's not dripping, then it didn't have enough water on the brush. So you'll take some water out of that jar and dot it on there, and then pick up your paper and dab, dab, dab. Okay, good luck.